Happy Otaku Tuesday.
Yeah! It's my favorite day. I don't know about you.
I don't know. I'm partial to the weekends, honestly. But it is the weekend. That's confusing. I'm Travis.
I'm Eric.
We're Bookend Gaming.
And we just pissed off Yumiko.
Of course. Well, we didn't do it.
That's true.
They did it.
The girls did it.
Yeah,
Who
it's
we
their
voice.
fault. Well, that's whatever. I don't identify as them, unfortunately.
I wish.
Well, that's awkward.
Anyways.
I don't know what's happening now. This is like the start of a new episode.
Right.
Like in the game. Obviously, it's
And we're not in the hallway?
Yeah.
Where are we?
What is this? Outdoors.
Okay, this day would go down as the first time in the Academy's history that all of its students were simultaneously absent from a class. But it's said that no one involved dared speak the reason why.
Beach day.
Oh, you're right!
Oh, I hope so.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, you broke it.
Hopefully there wasn't something there, because I clicked.
A bird flew by or something. Back to the sky.
Our daily habits become part of who we are. That goes for everything from the natural routines, like washing your face or brushing your teeth, or, I don't know, to the obsessive rituals like always moving your left leg first when you walk. Now I'm going to think about that every time I take a step.
I will never. That would ruin me.
I know I don't run every single day for some conscious reason. The habit's just ingrained into my personality by this point. Doesn't matter how tired I am, doesn't matter if it's pouring rain, doesn't matter if the wind's blowing me all over the road. Even while I get a little sick, I'm out there running like it's a cure for the common cold. 16 kilometers every morning like clockwork. In 1 month, that's 496.
Math.
In case you were
I
wondering.
skipped math class to run.
In a year, 5,840.
Well, how many miles is that? I'm American.
I don't know.
I don't either.
When you work out, I'm running the distance to Singapore annually. Oh, now I get how far the distance is. Singapore.
From where? Where are you?
With change to spare. Well, probably Japan. But
well, obviously, but
there's an ocean there, so I don't know how he's going to do
count
that.
The ocean?
A pretty respectable distance, if I do say so myself. Not that I'm particularly aiming to go see the Merlion, or try out the famous chicken rice.
It's part of the Atlantis Zoo.
Merlion.
Merlion, mertigers, and merbears.
Yeah. Oh, my itinerary is strictly local. Every day, I make my way around the outer walls of the school, past the shuttered stores of the shopping district, and by a few poorly maintained Shinto shrines. Every day, I take in the same coastal scenery. It might sound repetitive, but I don't feel any need to change my standard course. Running a familiar road at a familiar pace makes for better training.
This is all going to be about how he has to run a different route. Oh, God.
Oh, no. And he's going to come across some crazy random happenstances.
I imagine a girl's going to be there.
That said, my route isn't completely set in stone.
You just said.
For example, if I happen to notice an acquaintance nearby...
I avoid them like the plague.
Yeah.
I don't want to have an awkward conversation about our dogs.
I'll sometimes head in their direction. Not that I chase people around town, of course. I just catch up and offer a brief greeting.
It's like Chandler running all the way.
That's what I thought of.
Hey.
Kathy! That's exactly where my mind went.
Of course it is.
It just seems like the polite thing to do, especially when they're a school friend of mine.
Hey, school friend. School friend, wait up.
School friend!
I know you from a place.
I mean, there's only 5 of them there. Would you really feel like you'd have to go out of your way
You're going to see them.
Yeah.
Y'all hang out in the same rooms.
This morning, as I'm following my standard marathon route around the Academy's campus, I catch sight of Matsushima Michiru.
That sounds delicious.
I'd planned to do 3 quick laps around the school before heading toward the station, but Michiru's appearance gives me pause. Even from a distance, her body language is clearly unusual. From the way she's trudging along the road with her shoulders slumped, you'd think the force of gravity is operating at double strength in her immediate vicinity.
This sprawl doesn't work.
Something seems distinctively off with the girl. Then again, it's still very early in the morning, and I don't want to disturb her privacy. Probably better not to call out to her.
So I called
Michiru!
out to her.
As I make my way through the shopping district, I try to think of a reason why Oh, it's him running.
Yeah.
Why Michiru would leave the school at such an early hour.
My favorite Sbarro.
She's a little young to be heading into a public park for radio calisthenics. So, what's her objective? When I happen to spot the girl for the second time in this one training session, my curiosity proves harder to suppress. Weren't you running around the school 3 times? Did you get lost?
She's like actually trying to find you.
Yeah. This time I'm running along the coast when I notice her blonde hair dead ahead. She's walking slowly up the same road, her head slightly bowed. At this rate, I'll catch her up very soon. When I overtake her, I can just say a quick hello. Just point and laugh as you pass. But Michiru abruptly turns off my route. Before I have the chance to say anything, she's vanished down a side path. What, into the ocean?
She just like wandered into the weeds, disappeared like Homer.
Having completed my standard 16 kilometers, I return to the dorm as usual. Usually, I'd take a quick shower next. But the uncharacteristic melancholy I could see in Michiru makes me want to stank. Even from a distance, seems to have left an oddly strong impression on me. It's weighing on my mind.
Mama likes it musty.
We're classmates, I say out loud. I suppose. Can't hurt to stick my nose in every once in a while. Mumbling something of an excuse to myself, I wipe the sweat from my neck with a towel, then head back outside the school grounds. Yuuji, you stink! Have to say, though, I don't understand people who dream about living in a house by the sea. The ocean breeze makes everything rust. The moisture makes it hard to dry your laundry. If a seaside town sounds romantic, you've probably never lived in one.
You're not a local.
Kind of like having a wedding in June when it's 100 degrees outside.
Oh, God.
I don't understand it.
Kind of like having a wedding. End of sentence.
Sure, you can come to love your home wherever it may be, but let me assure you, there's nothing idyllic about drunken teenagers partying on the beach for months at a time, especially given their tendency to launch fireworks at midnight.
Punk kids.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure she was headed this way.
Now you're just actively chasing her.
Ooh, moving water.
Oh my God. It's the future.
I found Michiru seated on a high ridge overlooking the sea, aimlessly gazing into the distance. We're not going to put her there, but she's there. I approach slowly, but she appears oblivious to my presence.
Did you turn RTX on? Between last time we played. You get moving water.
I'm consciously taking loud, conspicuous steps to no apparent effect. The girl's carelessness exceeds my expectations. She's crumpled into herself like a load of laundry, long forgotten in the hamper. More than anything else, she looks worn out, exhausted even, almost like a completely different person. She's a zombie! Just look at my butt.
The wind picks up. You're going to get an iPhone.
I can hear the sound of waves in the distance. The sunlight is gentle this morning. The weather fair and pleasant. It looks out of place, kind of like she's an enemy in an RPG that pops up on a stagnant background.
Click a button and she shakes slightly.
Yeah.
62 damage.
The location isn't bad either, but if this is an early morning picnic, she's forgotten to bring food. Michiru. The fastest way to figure out what she's doing here is probably just to ask her, but she doesn't respond to my voice. What's wrong? Waiting to get picked up by the garbage truck, you piece of garbage?
You're the one who smells.
In that case, you've got to label yourself as oversized waste.
God, fat garbage.
They can't pick up bottle blondes if you just dump one on the curb. I know from experience, I'm afraid.
Killed a lot of hookers in my day.
Normally, a remark like this would be met by an indignant, cryptic shriek of "Mookie!" as soon as it left my mouth. But today I get nothing. Just what is going on with this girl?
Flirt with me.
I rapidly review and analyze Michiru's recent behavior. Okay, just what do we have here? Just poke her in the boob. It doesn't take long for me to reach an extremely plausible hypothesis. All the pieces fall into place. I see, so that's what's going on. Why didn't I realize sooner? Careless. Very careless. Damn! I've finally gotten a grasp on the situation. You have? Specifically, the nature of Matsushima Michiru's bodily distress.
She's possessed.
That's what I guess. She's a zombie. Michiru, has your dysentery taken a turn for the worse? You should have told me. Why suffer in silence?
Have you shit yourself already?
Okay, first order of business. I need a look at your stool to confirm the progression of the disease. Hurry up, out with it.
It's my fetish. Huh? What? Hey, what?
I said poop, girl. Poop for me. When I grab Michiru's shoulders with both hands and begin shaking her vigorously, there's finally a response. I was half convinced she'd fainted sitting up, but things don't seem to be quite that serious.
Huh? Why are you here, Yuuji?
Good question. Why am I here? What do you think? I think you stink.
I have no idea. That's why I asked you.
Michiru may have recognized my presence, but her normal, bristly attitude is notable by its absence. It's not just that her armor has fallen off, it feels as though she isn't aware of her own state of vulnerability.
Now's my chance.
Why am I here? That would be because I came here. Therefore, here I am. Understood?
Well, I know that, but that's not what I meant.
Either way, that's of little importance at the moment. Produce a stool sample at once.
I've got this big gulp cup. Just use this.
Post haste.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Come on, you fat piece of garbage. Cut the back talk. You're the one who ate contaminated food. Here I am kindly offering to examine your stool. I'm just doing it as a favor to my classmate. And this is your attitude? Evacuate your bowels at once.
Jesus.
Okay, look. How many times do I have to say this before you get the message? I didn't eat any contaminated stuff. I don't scavenge for food, okay?
But I will poop for you.
How did you know?
What's that supposed to mean? Are you implying my mental picture of you is fundamentally flawed?
I think I might regret asking, but what sort of mental picture do you have of me, Yuuji?
I picture you in the mountains discovering colorful toadstools
Kind of like a princess.
and taking a nice steaming pile. You try to shriek, "Oh my god, what's this? It's like so cute." But before the "so" is out of your mouth, you've stuffed it full of mushrooms. You're dead seconds later.
Come on, there's no way I'd do something like that. What, do I really have that sort of image?
Tell me, what kind of image do you think your acquaintances have of you?
Well, Tsundere Michiru-tan. Always cheerful, running around chasing the bluebird of happiness.
Of course, that one.
Just don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I really want to find a bluebird or anything. You know, something like that.
Oh, that's right, tsundere. We forgot all about that. If you don't want to find one, why are you chasing it in the first place?
It's just a figure of speech. That's just one small part of the true Michiru. Anyway, understand? You don't have to pick at everything I say, you know.
This isn't even my true form. Herm! Yeah!
You
Sadly.
What a deal turn.
My dog just died. LOL.
I don't think he knows what LOL means.
I find your explanation incoherent. And that image of you lying dead in the forest with mushrooms spilling out of your mouth doesn't seem to be going anywhere. My apologies.
Shut up already. Anyway, I'm the same happy, energetic person as always.
He's got like a pocket full of mushrooms and he's just tossing them to the side.
You don't know anything.
Certainly, my impression of Michiru up to today has been pretty similar to her description. A constantly cheerful idiot girl. But today she's got none of the usual vigor, and her tsundere act has all but disappeared. When women act differently from normal, the most likely cause is that time of the
month.
month.
Oh my god, dude, you are just the worst.
But we're dealing with a girl going through a difficult age. One must put these questions delicately, or it'll be awkward to answer. I lower my voice and beckon Michiru closer with my hand.
Listen, am I gonna get that poop or what?
Michiru.
Huh? What is it this time?
Michiru draws her face near. I put the matter to her in the most gentlemanly way I know how. She just barks in her face. Are you menstruating?
That's not it. Why would you whisper that into my ear? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, usually when girls just wander off on their own and are barely, notice anything, it's because they're menstruating.
Yeah. You sailing on the Red Sea?
I thought it would be better than shouting, but it seems our opinions differ.
That's not the point. You shouldn't say that sort of thing at all.
I'm simply trying to understand the situation. Is it iron deficiency then? That won't just give you anemia, you know, makes it easier to catch colds as well.
Yeah, my iron's low because I'm bleeding.
There's no reason to stuff yourself with vitamin C like an idiot if you forget to eat anything else. You need balance, understand? Balance!
Will you stop jumping to conclusions? Sheesh. I'm not sick or anything, okay?
It's just my time of the month. Damn it! So it's not anemia, not menstruation, and not a nutritional deficiency. I'm out of ideas. Ugh, what's actually going on here?
Those are the three things that girls do.
Yeah.
Well,
I know she's not pooping for me. It's fine.
Why did I even come here?
You can give it to me straight. I've been in the field for a long time, you know. You're probably not going to shock me.
well, okay. You see.
Yes, go on. What is
Let
it?
me say it. Jesus.
Ooh.
Ooh, a CG!
Looking at the sea.
Looking at... Say what?
I was looking at the sea, alright?
The sea. Michiru gives a quick, embarrassed nod, her eyes downcast. Looking at the sea. I ruminate carefully on these words. Just what hidden meaning lurks inside this brief cryptic cipher of a sentence?
I'm secretly a merlion.
Is it an anagram for something? I know of a certain Japanese organization that refers to its maneuvering grounds as the mountains. All right, so what would the sea indicate? Hydra! Nothing comes to mind. Sorry, Michiru. When you say the sea, what exactly are you referring to?
Huh? The sea is just the sea, right?
And he calls me an idiot. The sea is the sea, which would make looking the key word, eh? I can see why people stand up for this character.
Right.
I
He's so cool.
I'd assumed you were indicating some sort of special surveillance mission. Was I missing some crucial context?
What? Look, I was just looking at the ocean. Plain and simple. No mission was involved.
I thought it was the sea. Excuse me? You were literally just looking at the ocean?
Yeah?
Explain yourself. I'm baffled. You were staring at a giant saltwater puddle for no reason whatsoever?
Yes, I was. Is there a problem with that?
Of course there is. It's just a saltwater puddle. The first and biggest problem is that you don't see anything wrong with it. Listen carefully. Time is not an infinite resource. You only get so much.
You need to spend it thinking about old times and relating them to what's happening now.
Yeah. Our lives are brief. How to make use of the precious time we're given is an absolutely essential problem. Chasing after girls, like I do,
And asking for their poop.
and asking for their poop, or if they're bleeding, is not a waste of time. It's one thing if you're never given the opportunity to make your own choices. Some people spend their lives following orders from others. If that's the only path open to you, then you just have to deal with it as best you can.
Now I order you to give me a stool sample.
But you, my friend, have the good fortune to be free, and you're choosing to use your time staring at the sea for no reason at all. I find that extremely hard to understand. As your classmate, I request that you produce an acceptable reason for looking at the ocean. Understood?
You're kind of thinking too hard about this. What? That guy? Come on. I was just looking at the ocean and thinking about how pretty it is or whatever. What's wrong with that? Do I really need some special reason?
Can I conceive of
He
this?
wanted so badly to herb.
He did. He's like, no, they're watching. Can I conceive of this as a rest and relaxation period then? I don't think I can accept it unless there's some sort of concrete meaning to your actions. Man, he just sounds like the life of the party, doesn't he?
All right, fine. Let's go with that. I was looking at the sea to relax.
Oh, okay. We're fine then.
Oh, Jesus.
God, it was really getting to me there. I see. Herb.
Damn!
Oh, damn! Have to say, you didn't really seem to be enjoying it much.
That's not true.
Michiru squints her eyes against the sea breeze. Her expression belies her words. This explanation seems dubious at best. But then again, I suppose it was foolish of me to expect any coherent logical basis for this woman's behavior.
The wind feels nice.
Oh God, now the wind! We stand below the vivid clear summer sky, utterly wasting our time. If things are going to continue along these lines, it'd be more productive to return to the dorm now and just read for a while. Michiru, my friend, have you considered the possibility that this abnormal desire to view the ocean is the product of some sort of bacterial infection in your brain?
I'm going to kill you.
No, I haven't.
No, and I'm not going to.
Can you poop in my shark pouch?
That's why I asked for it.
Then perhaps there's a kappa in your family tree. No, wait. They live in the rivers. Damn. What's this? Let me see your head for a second.
Huh? What? What now?
Are you a narwhal?
Shut your mouth and present me your cranium. Don't give me any trouble.
What? Is there... Don't tell me there's a kappa plate on my head.
I didn't even join that sorority. I pull Michiru's head toward me and quickly pluck a single hair. Among her mass of thoroughly bleached blonde locks, there was a single pure black strand.
Ow! Did it break? Did you break my plate?
I released the demons! What, did the Kappa ancestor ring any bells? Not to worry, though. Nothing's broken. I just pulled out a black hair for you. Kind of stands out when it's surrounded by the sea of blonde. No matter how much effort you put in, you're probably going to miss a few hairs like this unless you have someone else take a look for you.
Huh? Oh, I see. Thanks.
Wasn't really worried about it all that much. You've got some cucumber bits around your mouth, by the way.
It's mushrooms.
Ugh, cut it out with the kappa gags already. Just look at the sea for a while, Yuuji.
No, it's a waste of time. I'll pass. Why bother looking at it? It's just the same as it was yesterday.
Stupid ocean.
I think the ocean will get along just fine, even if you don't sit around staring at it.
Oh, will you just look already? Come on.
He just has an epiphany.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I give in to her pestering and stare out at the ocean. As expected, there have been no dramatic developments since the last time I saw it.
I mean, the ocean is just so huge, you know?
I mean, you were just talking about how you'd like have to have a consistent day and
Yeah.
do the same things over and over again.
You're boring.
It's
You
wasting
suck.
my time. It's the freaking ocean. I don't understand it. This bitch is
There's only
menstruating.
millions of things in there that we don't know about.
The sea may be the same as always, but Michiru is clearly different today. The tone of her voice is strange. True enough, 70% of the Earth is covered in oceans. Huge is a relative concept, but I think this would qualify by the more typical standards of comparison.
I thought you'd say something like that. So silly.
Michiru laughs,
Huh?
inexplicably amused by my simple statement of fact.
I could feel your eyes on me. I was like, oh, this is what he wants.
But in the next moment, that unusually serious expression is back on her face.
You know, I've been thinking.
That's dangerous.
Compared to this ocean, people are really just tiny, insignificant specks, aren't they? When I look at this huge ocean, my worries just seem so tiny. I feel like it's all just a joke.
Michiru brazenly fires off a set of lines you can normally only hear the likes of in the corniest decades-old made-for-TV teenage drama fests.
I love Degrassi.
If she's not intentionally quoting something, this is about as hackneyed and cliched as some word we don't get to read. I don't understand. Like, there was a word down there.
Oh,
We
yeah.
missed it again.
Only sometimes
I
it
don't-
just like doesn't fit on the screen.
That was pretty deep just now, wasn't it? The ocean, not your words.
What's more, she's not remotely sheepish about her trite words. Fascinating. Maybe I'll take a look inside her head and see how the machinery works. She's clearly got a few screws loose already, so it should pop open easily enough.
Pun.
Yeah, maybe it was. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I decide to affirm her statement. It's a fact that humans are only one part of the greater whole of nature. Greater whole. It might be cliched to reflect on the transitory nature of our existence, but that doesn't make it any less valid of it.
What? Yeah. I don't. Why?
I don't know. Like, I can't scroll down.
No. And even like, I mean, in full screen, it would be the same thing. It's just like gone. Valid a point?
Sure. We're just going to make up our own words.
Right? I know, right? I said something deep. No worries.
That doesn't mean you need to repeat it. Once was plenty. Ugh. Please, don't talk.
Jeez, get off my back. I can repeat myself if I want to. My worries are tiny and insignificant.
Michiru's clearly gotten carried away. It might have been a mistake to give her an ego boost like that. In the end, she's nothing more than an idiot. Can't have her getting too satisfied with herself. Too exasperated even to sigh, I send Michiru an expressive glare. Not that I'm confident she'll be able to see the cold pity in my eyes. Yeah, just make her feel like shit.
Anytime the text reaches the bottom of the screen, I'm just going to assume he's like cursing them out in the last line.
Oh, okay. I believe it.
Hey, what are you looking at? What is it now?
Oh, I'm just looking at the ocean. Nothing at all. Just stupid.
If it's nothing at all, why are you staring at...
Ah, got him! Oh, it looks like this girl's had a sudden flash of insight. Perhaps she's finally become aware of her own foolishness.
Don't misunderstand. I didn't mean it that way, okay? My tiny worries don't have anything to do with that, stupid.
As Michiru babbles on, she moves her arms to hide her tiny chest from view. That's a tiny chest?
Oh my god.
Are you serious? Look, maggot, I have no interest in your pitiful excuse for a rack.
I mean, when you're hanging out with Amane, that fucking huge.
Yeah, that's true.
Amane.
Amane. I knew who you meant.
Yeah.
What the heck? You were just staring at it with this dirty look in your eyes, and I don't have tiny breasts, okay? I have a nice body. I'll show you. So there.
I'll prove it. So, a nice body is a term we might use to describe, say, Amane.
Told you.
By any reasonable standard. Your breasts are tragically underdeveloped. My condolences.
Hey, shut up! My breasts aren't tragic. They aren't tragic at all. I mean, Machina's way worse, right?
That girl's in a whole different category. Underage.
Yeah.
Are you really happy about beating a complete outlier?
Not happy in the... Okay, maybe a little happy.
So obviously he likes large breasts.
Right.
The corners of Michiru's mouth rise ever so slightly, probably recalling Machina's washboard of a chest and mentally comparing it to her own. What a petty human being. Have you no pride, woman? You might as well gloat about handling your chopsticks better than some tourist from France.
Shut up already. I have big breasts. Big. The biggest. Huge. I tell you, admit it. I demand that you say they're big.
They're big.
Too vague. I demand that you say Michiru-sama's breasts are very large and I would motorboat them all day.
Michiru-sama's breasts are very large indeed, and I would motorboat them all day.
Gee, somehow I'm even more pissed off.
Apparently my complete lack of sincerity got across to you. But anyway, sounds like you've cheered up a little.
I've been cheerful all along. I'm the same person I always am. Got it?
Meow. The black cat from the other day appears from somewhere or other, purring loudly. It sidles up to Michiru and aggressively rubs up against her leg.
This thing keeps telling me I'm a magic girl.
I see. So you were searching for a black cat rather than a blue bird.
It's not like I came here because of the cat, okay? It's total random chance. I mean, it's not like I've ever seen this cat before. To think there'd be a cat at a place like this? Crazy coincidence. What are the odds?
Herm. What was this cat's name again? Something like...
Who says it has a name? Not that I care.
It's Kitty Meow.
No idea myself.
That's right. It's Rommel?
What?
We named it Kitty Meow.
I think she's going to correct it. He's trying to get her to correct it.
Oh, okay.
It's Kitty Meow. Don't give her some weird name, you jerk.
Okay. You caught on to that. I did not.
Ugh.
Just as I thought. It's the same Aminal that I was at the school before, isn't it? Everything's just a game to you, isn't it? You gotta prove her wrong at every step.
Of course.
Didn't know it was your pet.
That's how you get girls, is you just belittle them.
Oh, okay.
Prove them wrong at every turn.
That's how you get their poop.
Call them garbage.
Right.
Yeah, someday I'll get that poop.
You got the wrong idea. I don't know this cat, so there.
What? Rommel isn't an acquaintance of yours?
Rommel.
Ugh, how many times do I have to tell you? It's Kitty Meow. I've never seen it before in my life.
You dropped something. Allow me.
My jaw.
No, it's fine. You don't have to pick that up.
A carton of milk, eh? That's a bit unexpected.
Didn't I ever mention that I am a complete milk fanatic? Sure, I guess I've never drunk it around you guys, pretty much ever, but I love it. I'm constantly guzzling it down.
That's how I got these huge tits.
Jesus.
Just happen to never given the slightest indication of that in public for even a second. It's not like I like milk or anything.
I see. That's good to hear. Did you know that cats are lactose intolerant? If by any chance you'd been giving milk to the cat, I would have to stop you. Oh, jeez.
Huh? Why?
Because then I'll ask for a muffin.
No worries. Since you're the one drinking it, there's no problem. Enjoy.
Yeah, this is for me. No problem.
Drink it all in 1 minute.
But, why? Come on, tell me already.
All right, let me break it down for you. Giving a cat milk can upset its stomach badly. If you're that desperate to give it some, you need to dilute the milk with water first.
It's not like I'm desperate to give him milk or anything.
No, I'm just calling it. Like I knew he was going to say, actually,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to give a cat milk. It's supposed to be cream.
Whatever, it's fine.
As soon as the words are out of her mouth, Michiru's glancing restlessly around the area.
Milk is like 90% water anyway.
What's wrong? Looking for a source of water by any chance?
That's not it. I wasn't looking for anything. It's nothing, jerk.
Meow.
Is that a cat?
I don't know. That's iffy.
What?
The black cat wraps itself around Michiru's leg like a fuzzy boa constrictor, then starts to rub the corner of his jaw roughly against her ankle.
Ow.
Looks like it's trying to mark her with its scent. Seems like you've pretty much tamed the animal. One could almost get the mistaken impression that he's begging for the milk you always give him.
You've got it all wrong. Very wrong. This cat that I don't know from a hole in the wall, which is to say, whole cat, isn't attached to me in the least.
Remember Whole Cat? Ah, what a meme.
That's like my favorite comic book character.
You sure about that? Rommel seems awfully...
Isn't Whole Cat an actual meme?
Polecat?
I'm thinking of Ceiling Cat.
Or,
Ceiling Cat watches you masturbate.
Oh, okay.
That's like old.
No,
ass.
what? Long Cat? Long Cat. That
Oh,
really...
yeah.
Yeah.
The multi-pose. Okay, I know what you're talking
Whole
about
Cat's just a skunk.
now. What?
It's just another name for a skunk.
I did not know that.
Now you do. Welcome to Trivia with Eric.
Teaching time with Eric. That's my thing.
No, trivia time.
Yeah.
Where I say stupid things like Yuuji does.
And then I instantly believe them, even though you give me no proof that it's true. You're known to be a liar.
It's Kitty Meow. No, it's a hole in the wall. Yes, he's a hole. This cat is a hole.
You're a hole.
Speaking of hole,
No, it isn't. It's clearly a cat.
I know that, jerk. Ugh.
Apparently giving up on its request for milk, the feline in question sinks to the ground at Michiru's feet. It was a hole! And rolls itself up into a ball. Within seconds, it closes its eyes and falls fast asleep. You must have been feeding this thing for quite a while for it to trust you this much.
Shut up, alright? It's not like I come here all the time to feed it or anything. This whole cat just showed completely out of the blue. In other words, he's wholly blue. Or as the Italians say, Mamma Mia.
That's a big meatball! Could you please try to not be racist for a moment? You have a bad habit of firing off unintelligible gibberish when you get worked up.
Alright, I suppose I'll pet this hole in the wall until I feel calmer. Pet, pet.
Michiru reaches down and scratches the neck of the defenseless cat with the tip of her fingers. The animal moves its head, in time with her strokes, in evident pleasure, then begins to lick at the pink pads on its paws. The cat seems so completely and blissfully relaxed that I half expect it to melt into a contented puddle.
hole.
Just watching it, I can feel some of the stiffness in my shoulders begin to lighten. It's not good to carelessly let your guard down, but keeping up a state of constant tension is an even worse idea. After a brief glance around the area, I decide to take a moment of rest.
Staring at the ocean, stupid, but staring at a cat, that's where it's at.
Yeah. All right. Think I'll join him down there for a while.
Huh?
Well, you're going to give me scratches, right?
I drop myself to the ground next to Michiru. Look, I'm a hole! Flustered, she grabs at her skirt and holds it close, preventing any potential visual access to the interior. Damn!
trying to get that poop.
Don't be an idiot. I don't have any ulterior motive. I mean, have you seen your breasts? God, can't live with them.
Plus, why would I want to look? You're probably on your period.
You worry about the stupidest things.
Even if that's true, I don't want you seeing anything, okay?
Like what? A bit of cloth? Nothing worth worrying about.
Who says I'm wearing any?
Now I'm interested. Michiru is apparently worried about disturbing the cat, now slumbering at her feet, as she's avoiding any large movements. Either way, I truly don't have any secret plans involving her underwear. I just wanted to sprawl out in the grass and think about nothing at all for a while.
Whatever. Just don't look over here too much, alright? Just a little bit.
It's been a long time since I've laid myself down on the ground and gazed blankly up into the sky like this. Every once in a while I do spend some time gazing at the clouds, but I tend to be thinking things over while I do so I'm not wasting my time.
It's totally different.
But as Michiru says, just looking for no particular reason isn't bad in its own way. The vault of blue above me hasn't changed. It looks just as it did when I was a child. I thought the clouds might seem a little closer by now, but naturally, they're the same as they've always been. Ugh, clouds never change. My perspective may be a meter or so higher when I stand, but that's completely insignificant on this scale.
It's weird because these clouds don't even move.
I can stretch my hand up all I want, but I'll never reach the clouds. We're all but chained to the dirt beneath our feet. I see, not a bad view. Michiru begins to speak, her tone somewhat troubled.
I'm kind of scared of the sky, especially when it's dark. When I look up at the moon at night, it doesn't look like the moon anymore. It looks like a gash.
It's hot.
I'm looking up at a gash, too.
It's like the sky is a giant lid covering us, and the moon is an air hole someone punched in it. Like I'm trapped inside a box or something. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating sometimes.
I've heard of people who get disturbed by the way the moon always seems to follow you around, but the world as a giant box angle is new to me.
Can't help it. That's what it seems like to me, so I just don't look up at the sky at night. It's kind of scary, and it makes me feel lonely. Makes me feel like I'm not myself anymore.
I think I understand. You don't look at the night sky in order to prevent yourself from transforming into a wolf, right? I imagine that would be troublesome.
That would actually be easier to deal with. Simpler. A wolf, vampire, whatever. That way somebody could just shoot me with a silver bullet and end this stupid conversation.
Oh, jeez.
Aim right at my...
Meow.
That is the cat from Sailor Moon.
I'm sorry, kidding me. Are you hungry perhaps? Or still sleepy?
Well, this weather really does make you want to take a siesta. That said, I haven't even eaten breakfast yet, so the timing is a bit off. Okay, no siesta, sorry.
Hey, Yuuji, I'm going to ask you something strange, okay? Just for the heck of it. Don't think I'm weird or anything.
Yes, I'll look at your butt.
Do you still want my poop?
No worries on that front. I've had you down as exceptionally weird for a long time now.
What happens to people when they die?
How would I know? What?
Wait, don't get up. Just keep lying down. This is just a stupid little chat, okay? I'm just gonna kill you, and you're gonna tell me.
If possible, I'd like to talk about this while observing her face, but if Michiru-sama desires otherwise, I can do naught but obey. I ease myself back onto the grass and listen to her voice.
For example, Dracula.
Oh boy. if a zombie bites a vampire...
He gets hit by the light of the sun, turns into ash, and blows away. The end. So what about normal people? What happens to them when they die?
They become vampires. Are we talking about religious ideology here? You want to hear something about a final moral judgment?
Nothing like that. I just want a normal answer. What happens when you die? Plain and simple.
Usually you shit yourself.
Herm. Let's see. I haven't died yet, so I can't speak with much authority, but probably nothing.
What's nothing like? Oblivion or whatever?
If you're imagining floating naked in a pure white space, I think you're slightly off. The way I picture it, it's just like going to sleep and then never waking up again.
Oh, you fall asleep and just stay that way forever. That sounds awesome.
It's the view from halfway down.
Oh, God.
Everyone else will
Are you trying to depress me?
Everyone else will probably be running around worrying about the funeral, but what do you care? Of course, people die in many different ways, but in the end, we're all taking a never-ending nap.
I see. Is that all? Sounds pretty peaceful, really. I think the cat died.
Depends on how you look at it. Anyway, heaven and hell are just the remnants of an archaic moral system. Nobody really takes that stuff seriously anymore.
Oh, totally not.
Don't see many people going around walking on water or making magical wine out of it.
Except for me when I go to Singapore.
Of course. Which only takes, 6 hours from where he is.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems God does appear before the chosen few every once in a while, most often to tell them they need to start up a political campaign.
Hey,
Michiru begins to ask something, but stops before the words leave her mouth. After a moment of silence, she starts to speak again. I can't tell whether it's the continuation of her dangling sentence or a completely new topic.
if I die, I want to be buried here.
Getting a bit ahead of yourself, or do you plan to die anytime soon?
Just throw me in the hole, cat. No, of course not, but, it's just a what-if thing. I mean, this place is such a beautiful view, right? Feels like you can see across the whole world from up here. I'd be happy if I could sleep forever in a place like this.
It's a perfect place for you, overlooking this pointless-ass ocean. To be honest, I'm a little displeased to hear her, a perfectly healthy person, scouting out locations for their tomb.
He's constantly convinced that she's sick from something.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be such a stick in the mud. All right, I'll bestow this important duty on you, Yuuji. Make my grave here. Kill me.
You want me to dig a hole and bury you in it? Should I put you in the cat? Look, you can't just go making a grave wherever you please. Do you understand that?
It's fine. You can deal with the details later. Just do as I say. Just throw me in the garbage or something.
No! The cat's eyes shoot open at the sound of Michiru's shout. Startled, it bounds away like a spring, vanishing in the blink of an eye. I slowly raise my upper body off the ground, brushing off the grass clinging to my clothes.
Jeez, you've got no sense of romaine. You know that? No romaine in your heart.
Lettuce? Why are we talking about lettuce?
Nobody said anything about vegetables. Ugh, are you just messing with me again? It's your fault the kitty meow ran away. Ugh, now I feel all hungry too. Why'd you have to mention lettuce?
Lettuce gets me so hungry.
Forget this. I'm going to eat my breakfast. You there. I'll permit you to dine with me.
Michiru's expression has returned to the norm. It's as though the conversation just now never happened. Why would I want to eat with somebody with such tiny breasts?
She just wants lettuce and milk.
Well, if you're hungry, I guess I can split my beans with you.
What does that mean?
Beans? What? Your diet is totally miserable, as usual.
Says the girl who's always filling up on convenience store box lunches packed full of preservatives.
Shut up already. All right, we're going to have a race back to school. Loser buys the drinks. Ready to go?
I'd rather not. I just ate a bunch of beans. Our little conversation about death took me by surprise, honestly. Not what you expect from a random chat with your classmate, but life is always shadowed by death. The only question is whether you're aware of its presence at your side. Sometimes a man who looked perfectly healthy in the morning goes to sleep and never opens his eyes again. Death can come at any time, and once it does, it's too late to regret the things you've left undone.
Ah, I spent so much time looking at the ocean.
Morbidity isn't productive. But sometimes we should remember that nothing lasts forever. Michiru's words might be significant in their way.
Come on, get a move on.
Michiru calls me from some distance away. Carefree girl, I'll catch up to her in seconds if that's the extent of her head start.
Beans, here I come.
I begin to walk slowly, trying to decide what sort of drink I'll have her buy me.
All right. That's
Okay.
a good place to stop.
Is it, though?
I mean,
Is it?
we learned all the information that we were ever going to get.
True. What's that?
That Yuuji has a scat fetish.
I'm a scat man.
Skibidi-bidi-boop-ba-da-boop.